My name is Victoria, and I am working, or I will be discussing my week 2 fall box routine. Before I start, I do want to say though that I was not compensated in any way, monetarily or otherwise, by Sabbatical Beauty for my review. The only thing that was given to me were the products in exchange for my honest opinion of them and review of them. So right now my routine, my AM routine is aloe and oat, strawberry toner, anti-aging eye gel oil, and then I've switched it up. I'm not doing just the box this week. I've done some of my usual routine things in my with the box, which is like the APH and the marine. So those I do in the morning too, and I've switched it up too by using the pumpkin spice latte in the morning. I kind of felt like my skin would really benefit more from that than maybe the apple cider in the morning, because I also heard that apple cider coupled with Dorian Gray also makes it that much more powerful. So I thought, well, if I'm using Dorian Gray at night, I'll just go ahead and switch these two out. So and then of course I'm using the Ekaterina. That's how I get this amazing glow, y'all. My PM routine right now though is the vacuum cleansing oil, aloe and oat, and then I'm using the witch's brew mask, but I've calmed it down to maybe like twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, but right now it's just twice, and I'm rotating mostly the soy and rice scrub and detox in between those days. And then I use the botanical acid toner, and then bright eyes or anti-aging eye gel oil, and then I use the Dorian Gray along with the apple cider, and then the Dorian Gray beauty oil. I'm sorry, the Dorian Gray serum, and then the apple cider serum, and then I use the Dorian Gray oil at night. So hi Darcy, hi. I couldn't see the comments, but I see them now. So what major changes have I noticed in my skin since I started using the fall box? And I'm just gonna get up close here. A lot of these dark spots. I know last week I mentioned that the texture of my skin has really improved, but this week I've noticed a lot of the dark spots, some of the old acne spots, are really starting to fade. Now, to be fair, I will say I did put a little bit, I had a few meetings at work today, so I did put a little bit of concealer on some of these dots, so they may seem a lot less than they were before, but normally, you know, they would be, I mean, normally they're just a lot darker, but I've noticed now they're a lot lighter. Even without the concealer, they're still a lot lighter. So that's just the biggest change I've noticed this week. And my husband, yay, finally noticed my skin. And he even told me, I think earlier this week, he was like, what are you doing that's different? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, are you using something different, or did you buy something else for your face? And I reminded him that I was doing the fall box, and he's like, oh yeah. He's like, wow. And he even said that my skin hasn't looked like this since we started dating, which was like 20 years ago, maybe longer, who knows, I can't remember. But hi Natalie, hi, thank you for coming. I'm glad you made it. So yeah, I'm really excited that he noticed, and I thought it was really neat that he said my skin hadn't looked this good since, you know, before we started dating. So that was pretty awesome. I mean, that's huge coming from him, because he never notices anything. And it says on here, okay, do I plan on making any changes to my routine next week? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna make any changes. I think this week was the week for changes for me. So I think I want to really try to stick to this. I really stuck to just the box the one time, the 1 week, and this is my full 2nd week now. I know I got my box a little bit later than some of the other reviewers, so they started almost a whole week before me. So I don't want to change anything. I'm kind of liking the results from this week's box or this week's results a lot a lot more that I can now that I've integrated some of my normal SB routine into it. So I don't plan on making any changes anytime soon, but I will say the one thing that I do think has stood out and has been exceptional, and I'm also going to review this one later this week, is the Witch's Brew. I think Megan said it best when she said that if Detox and Dorothy had a baby, that would be their baby. It's just really helped, I think, with just everything, with discoloration, with, you know, moisture, and even the fine lines, and just keeping my skin clean and fresh feeling, I think is one of the things that I really, really love about the Witch's Brew mask. So when I started this fall box, I also started doing other self-care things, like exercise-wise. So it's kind of become a routine for me where in the evenings I'll go for a walk / jog. And when I come home, I'm just like ready to shower and wash everything off. And so the routine has really, doing that in along with my routine has really helped me to feel refreshed at night. The endorphins are just kind of going, so it's really relaxing, and just kind of puts me in a good place when I come home in the evenings. So my routine is that, you know, I start my routine when I get home after my walk or whatever. And before, I know I've mentioned that in the group that Sleeping Beauty oil like kind of triggered like sense or smell memory for me, and it always kind of it was always like one of those triggers that was like, your body's ready, like you're ready to sleep now. Like my body knew, like, hey, I'm smelling SBO, I'm ready for sleep. But I think my body does that now, or my mind does that now with the Witch's Brew, because it has such a distinct scent to it. So my body kind of gets triggered by the scent of the mask to get ready and wind down and go to bed. So it's really neat. It's really neat. I don't know. I think it's just kind of weird how I've discovered how much my body really reacts, or my mind really reacts, and therefore my body reacts to scents. So it's really cool. And the next thing is, has there been anything about incorporating the fall box products with my current routine? No, I haven't. You know, since this is the first week I've done it, I haven't seen any kind of effects as far as negative ones or anything like that. Natalie says here, it smells like sage, right? Yes. When I first opened the Witch's Brew, I thought it was chamomile, and I couldn't quite place it. But then when I got the list of what was in there, it was sage, and I thought, oh yes, that's the sage. So the sage really does have, it's a real light herbally scent. It's not overpowering at all, but it's a very distinct scent. And so yeah, just the way Sleeping Beauty oil is different, but it's very distinct. The Witch's Brew mask is also very distinct, and like I said, it's real herbally, really soft. It's not overpowering, so it's very comforting and soothing when I put it on. But as far as incorporating this fall box into products that I was already using, existing SB products in my routine, I haven't had any problems. Like I said, no problems, nothing negative. I think if anything, just great, because the APH and marine, I think we all know, are like those boosters that that just kind of boost anything you put on it or with it when you put it on, when you use those with other serums. And then again at night, I can't remember who in the group had mentioned before that they had used the apple cider serum before with Dorian Gray serum and oil or something like that, and I was just like, whoa, I never really wanted to do that. So yeah, that's what I've integrated into my routine so far. So I've got a comment here, Gretchen. Hi Gretchen. Oh my god, full day of football meetings. Thank you. I'm glad you took the time to be here. Yes. So that's about it as far as my routine. I'm really excited to see, I'm kind of excited to really have the strawberry toner back into my routine. And anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on how it works. Of course, you'll be seeing me every day. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their evening. I hope my details to my routine kind of help you out with my posts that I'll be having the rest of this week, about this week's posts and stuff for my product, my daily posts. God, I'm such a spaz. Sorry guys, but I really hope this helps helps you guys understand my routine for the rest of the week. So I have to get some girl stuff in my life. Gretchen made a comment here, I have to get some girl stuff in my life after 100. Yes, I completely understand. Football season's in full swing and it's one of my favorite and busiest times of year. So Gretchen, I completely understand, and thank you so much for stopping by. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up now. If anybody here is catching the replay, please like it, and if you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the Sabbatical Beauty channel, or Sabbatical Beauty YouTube channel. I mean, it's a lot of useful information there, and plus you get to see all the fall box reviewers do their thing. Anyway, have a good night guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.